I just had a revelation here, and I thought I would share it because it drives me crazy. I don't know if you noticed in that last video I said, Jimmy does his wang bar here, but I'm not going to do it because I'll go out of tune. And listen to that. Staying in tune. But my old 64 stay in tune, and people would ask me, how do you keep that thing in tune? And I didn't know, because it just stayed in tune. But on this white Strat, I've been having a whole bunch of trouble, and so I just got this new DuPont Teflon non-stick. I used to have a wax base, but this is no wax, and it evaporates almost instantly, almost too fast. I have to put it on real fast before it dries up. But this, I think anything will work. I also bought this powdered stuff to try to make some kind of little lubricant, non-greasy paste. But all that aside, whatever lubricant you want that works, I think this is actually pretty good. I'll show you what I did to make this work. All this time I thought it was hanging up on the bone nut. And I kept putting it on there and nothing was working. Nothing was working. So I sat here like this. Whoops. And I started listening to the strings. I would stick my head right up against the bridge. And this is what and I could hear popping, you know how it was hanging up. It turns out I was putting the lube on the wrong end. The nut needs it too, but where the real sticking was on my bridge pieces, the metal pieces. You could hear it. And I used to always put lube there, and I just stopped for some reason because I always assumed it was the nut. I didn't think it could hang up there. I thought it was they were just rolling, but they are actually sliding across those saddles. And I have little grooves in my saddles, and that's probably why the strings hang up. I hate those grooves, but I can't prevent them. They end up forming eventually, and I try to buff them out. Some of that's just sticking on the bridge, but get it off of the body. Sticking on the paint. Get it off the body. Listen to it real closely as you go all the way down and up. And if you hear any little creaking or popping, then you know you need to lube these. I would do it anyway, but I'm so happy now. Staying in perfect tune. I've been fighting this. Put it on the nut too. Do the same thing on your nut. You know, listen to it. You can hear it creak. If you hear any creaking, you stop that creaking and your tremolo is going to stay in tune. That's all there is to it. I say that's all there is to it. You got to get your screws adjusted correctly on this. I thought maybe those were out of adjustment, and what I do now is I pretty much just screw them down till they start to lift the plate up. You know, it's beveled on the front end here under the screws, so if you screw it too tight, it'll start to flatten the strings. It'll lift it up. So I turn it until it just butts up to start lifting the plate a little bit, and I get it just backed off of that enough to where it doesn't push the plate down. I do that on all the screws, and it's pretty much just right. So try that, and I'll bet you'll be happy as hell if you're having problems with it. Talk to you later.